Welcome aboard. We're all aboard, I should say, because we're doing mostly rail in this game still. Though we've got a lot of buses and some trucks running. We don't have trams, monorails, ships, and airplanes yet. But, I can put those in. Just don't have a spot really yet for planes that makes 100% sense to me yet. Ashstead hasn't grown enough. Any of the others. We're going to do that, but we're also going to do one other thing. Nope, we've already got a good save. Never mind. So we've got that good save, July of 73. Did forget that I saved it the minute I paused it for that last video. We've already talked over the financials. We said we were going to take and start working the lines to start cleaning things up. And that means profitability time. And vehicle revenue really is more where we need to look first. So, things to look at. We know we've got this one here. Ashstead stole. That stole is pretty much running empty. What's his trips look like? So he's up to 12. A Stoll does happen to have, capacity of 25, so he's half full most of the time. Right now he's only got one passenger on this month so far. That's 12 total passengers on a month. That's not good. But that's that long, one of those long routes out. So we're not going to mess with that. That's either this route or this route. That's the North Stoll shuttle. So that's this one here that goes back and forth along here or around here. So I ain't going to worry about the North Stoll shuttle here in Ashstead. We are going to worry about the Tough Rocker. Let's go on and take a peek at where he's at and step out there. And let's see what we got going on. While there is passengers coming in, there's not power. So let's see if we got some power handy nearby. Yes, we do, right there at the taconite yard. So let's go ahead and grab the power. Power's under the special, like I always say. I'm not even going to bother building a separate out or cut the lines. We're just going to step it right out of the other transformer and then work him on over to here. Do want to avoid all these duck ponds. I'm going to bring him up like this for two reasons. One, it is level with the top of the quarry. But two, that will get it so that I can get over to the other half of that network, which is the same network. And we do need to start thinking about connecting out further to other industries that we haven't hooked into yet. Say, like connecting the two grids. Because we do have two different grids. If we take them back out, I'm going to go ahead and open this just to turn off everything that you can see that I have two separate grids. I have the northwest grid and the southeast grid, or south central, whichever you want to call it. On the map, it'll show a lot better. You can see this grid versus this grid. So we've managed to connect in a couple more industries to the grid. We've got some more that we can do. There's a quarry there that can tie in, and that gets us close enough to the timber plantation. And the timber plantation gets us close to the oil fields. So that starts putting more power into the oil fields, increases their production. Every increase in production that we generate helps the communities, which then fund new industries or drive new industry. Unfortunately, one of the weirdest things is how I had to take and route things around. And I am seriously going to reduce my output line at some point. Another thing I'm thinking about doing is reducing some of that 4-line trackage down to here, which may be a good idea. Because again, when we look at that list for those vehicles, Remus Colliers 1 and 2, which are both sitting here, 1 and 2, have not moved in a long time. And part of that is this guy's not loading fast enough. He's got power, he's got passengers coming in. So I got to figure out what's going wrong. One, it could be that that little guy is doing it, but he's got the Empire bus. I think that's either the Springfield. But that's the cement mix powder. Yeah, everything associated with that. The High Ridge coal mines kind of goofed up right now. It's not running. The burnt pine tailings hopper isn't running. So we've got to figure out what's going on with these that we need to do to meet the demands. And in this case, I think it's actually the 70s slowdown that's built into the game, the stagnation of the 70s. So yeah, it's looking there. Come to our productions and boost our demand passengers, and then on passengers it's how many are arriving, and our best bet has been 100 out of the 170. No, the 170 is that 340. Well, yeah, we're barely getting a third of the passengers that we need. Turning off the electricity here. So a third of the passengers at peak. Most of the time it's a sixth. Yeah, 50. Seventh. Time to fix that. So we need more passengers and better production out to here. Well, where are they coming from? Bulk, Mallowfield, we've got those 2 trains coming from Mallowfield. We can't really adjust that much other than changing maybe the setups on those trains. So first, let's go to those trains. We're going to try to get this guy functioning at a higher level, which will draw more, and then we can fix the Remus. I have a feeling Remus is the same problem. It's probably going to be not getting enough passengers to meet current demand or staffing demand. So let's take a peek here. And we are looking for high. The Bad Dude's Charger. Bad Dude's Charger. Checking that schedule. He's a 20% schedule, so yeah, that's actually a good volume. So, and he's in motion right now. The other one would be the Ashlock Mellowfield Pax Rail, which stops here. And the Pax Rail, it's one of our biggest money makers. Yeah, he's carrying a full load, so it's just at frequency on the line. Maybe we need to start looking to changing the way we function on this line. That's not going to fix that. Let's go to the steel mill, or to the cement mill, cement plant first. So yes, yes, and yes, but it's connected, right? We're getting connections. Sander, powder puff out, tailings hopper. Aha. Cement mix, sander, tailings hopper, which is the... So it's not getting everything. We have something coming here for no reason. This guy should be going to the cement mix plant, shouldn't he? Where's that cement mix plant? That's where that should be going. Do I have a collier going in there? The two Remus colliers are going in there. But both coal mines should. So we had a misrouted train that's causing a delay. All right, now we know what we're up against. So we're looking for that 54, train 54. Grab the scroll bar, it's a little faster. There he is. Schedule. So why did he come to there? Is that even the right train? It doesn't have a line. So is that boxcars? Yeah, that's the boxcars for the... Okay. But when we come to here... All right, so 54 does need to go to Remus Cement. Not the cinder bricks. That's one error. See if that changed that one down the road. Now we need to figure out some other things. This train could probably go with a faster running on it. And I don't like the fact that I'm running a diagonal underneath an arch. That's just a jarring thing. So that's a dispatch line. Probably should put some signals along here. See if any of this is being caused by signaling issues. So we're going to take those dispatch lines that are all over the place out here. fix them all. Not all of them are going to be a good fix. Like this one. I really don't understand what that line is supposed to be doing. I think I just built a crazy line for no reason early on and then reconnected it and left it. Time to clean up the rails. Boy, this is not going as way we thought this session was going to go. Take out that bridge, clean up the footing. There we go. Another thing I really should think about is that my freights should not be doing all these up and downs. The passenger lanes trains are a lot faster at that. Because that's 3, 6, 9, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can do one bridge to replace and save what? 50 a month? Yeah, 50 a month, not worth it. That's only 600 a year. But then again, we saw how much we just saved by that long line getting taken out. Quite a few of these are things that I need to start considering taking out. Because you can't go over diagonal rails without doing a massive lift. We've got a bunch of things that are kind of goofy. Take out an extra section of power there. I really hate to say this. I wasn't thinking on a lot of these things. So the question becomes, what can I do to save some money while these trains are backed up until I can get things going at a better rate? And one of the things I can do to get things going at a better rate is probably improve service up here at Newton. Let's take a peek at what our stations look like here. That's vehicles. Blue and grays. That just means that's a signal so that I know that it's mine. There we go. Let's do some work here. 74 passengers waiting. Yeah. Where are they trying to get to? Via the train, so it just needs more trains. That in alone tells me that this area out here is in need of some working. All right, where's our train on that route line? That would be it's this, then I think I screwed it up. Comes up to take and join onto that. That's now a dispatch line. Aha! Time to do some repairs. First off, this rail section right here has to be aligned differently. So, not aligned so much as signaled differently. It actually needs an outbound only. And we're going to prove that by looking at which train serves that station, which is the new Ashpax Looper. And he should have been one of our high-end ones if we go to Profit. Yep, number 5. All right, station list. So he's burning, yep. Okay, so he's a counterclockwise. Cool. So if we put a couple of some signals and a couple of rail car systems onto that, we might be able to improve our throughput. So let's start doing that. And I'm going at the midpoint between each stop and giving it a one-way. So that, you've got to be clear of that before you can come in. And on the long one here, that needs to come out, I have a feeling. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Right, so that comes into here, then he comes out over to here. Looking much better. There we go. All right, let's see how that works for what I needed it to do. And we're going to take and dispatch a new train onto that. And we're just going to go straight to this one. We're going to get ourselves an Abro 3 car. We need him on the new Ashpax Looper. And then we just need to see where that actual new Ashpax Looper is at. He's in the one spot that doesn't allow good dispatch for a while yet. So I need to wait or speed up to get him. at least up to New Cross. Launching that service will take and get us going good. I think I've had up to 5 trains on this loop before I had to redesign it into a high speed hyper train that just didn't work well. And how is he dispatching? He's dispatching the longest route there is to get to the dispatch. I should have set him. Well, this is things you learn. Things you learn. Basically, I think what he's going to do is do a cheater loop. I hope he's not joining the line right there. He is. Well, that's all right. I was hoping to have some spacing. We'll figure that out down the road. That can be done through scheduling timing, and that's something I've never really played with that much, especially not on Devil's Tower. Maybe that's what I need to do is figure out a way to get these trains departing every 12 hours or, a set amount of time in between. Well, I'm Kelly Jack. This has been a real long one due to all the goof ups. Have a better day than I'm having.